that we'll talk about is reflection. So, so one of the bigger problems that I think we face in our organization for events like this that are out of the way really is attendance. Pero for people like me who don't really go, and then by chance I had the chance to go and attend it up, it's really it makes you want to go back and do more events like this, especially if you're able to see the change that you're able to make in the people in this neighborhood's lives. You're giving them the chance to do something that some of us might have taken for granted, but for them, this is really something that's new to them. This is new information, and you're just opening so many doors for them, for making their lives so much better. And then for the project itself, in sustaining it and maybe improving it, you have plans for the project, for Diliman, to hopefully we were thinking of maybe opening it up to different neighborhoods this time, so outside of Barangay Chancellor. So looking outside of that particular area. And for sustaining it, I guess one of the most important things that we have to remember when we're doing programs for certain neighborhoods is to really immerse ourselves in the community before we really decide on what we want to teach them. Because what we think is best for them might not actually be what they want to learn. So it's really important for us then to go there first and talk to the people there. We might find some really good insight on what it really is that they need in that community. So we found that here in this community, like that said, there's a lot of people now who are starting to open up their own stores, and the people that we were able to interview, they were able to tell us some really good information. Like for example, they're really into starting their own company, their own business, their own they're also really able to use the meat processing information that we were able to teach them. So now that they have this information, they know that they have a way for them to start their own entrepreneur business now, right? So now we know that the next step for now is to give them what else they need. And for now, they need a way to get capital. So at least because we were able to talk to this community, we know in what way we can help them from now on. So I guess that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judy Aga. And for our next presenter, may we call on Mr. Jericho Daniel Corculas, Ms. Andrea Nicole Ricofort, and Mr. Mark Ian Castillan of the UP Academic League of Chemical Engineering Students for their project entitled Cheer Up Pinoy. Let's give them a round of applause. While they are preparing, and some technical difficulties, you apologize for that. Again, we would like to thank the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and the Office for Extension Coordination. Ayan. So again, Jala kanina, we have witnessed the project entitled Live It Up by UP App. Hello? So yun, sabi nga kanina, from UP Aba, they tackled more on the capacity building for the community members in entrepreneurship and how to sustain their business. And tignan natin sa mga susunod centers from the different organizations kung ano pa yung initiatives na meron sila. And to remind everybody again, the Office of the Chancellor is willing to grant at least 50,000 pesos to those initiatives na pwede natin i-present at ma-sustain sa ating communities. Not just that, your projects or initiatives can be sent abroad for presentation din. So you can represent UP and the Philippines as well.
Napakaraming opportunities na makikita natin about that. As of this point, we've had 9 presentations already. So I hope na nakatulong yung mga presentations ngayon para ma-explain kayo lalo. And I hope it helped you redefine your definition of public service. Ikaw ba, Ola, matanong kita? How would you define public service?
And syempre, as a public administration student, inclined yung discipline natin into public service. Pero personally, kino-correlate ko ang public service sa integrity. So parang integrity siya. You're doing the right things for the benefit of more people kahit walang nakakakita sa'yo, kahit tumatiwalay lahat ng tao. Ikaw ba, Chala?
Ako siguro, for me, public service, it means using your own skills, the things you're good at, to contribute to forward social change. So ayan, as a student of the College of Arts and Letters, it is my personal advocacy to forward certain campaigns using art as the main platform. So makikita din natin sa previous presentations, no? Whatever they're good at, yun yung ginamit ng mga student leaders natin to really contribute to the society and to tackle the certain issues we have as of today. So I think our organization is ready. Once again, everyone, we give you UP Alpines.
Established in 1999, the University of the Philippines Academic of Chemical Engineering Students is a duly recognized organization, the University of the Philippines Diliman College of Engineering. It is a chemical engineering department-based organization committed to produce highly competent and professional chemical engineers, provide service to the university and the country, and conduct activities with the highest possible professional, academic, and social civic standards. UPL Teams lives by 5 core values: genuine service, distinctive humility, unparalleled academics, dignified professionalism, and soaring excellence, or SHAPE. Initially, UPL Teams has already extended itself beyond the boundaries of the university through numerous service-oriented projects geared towards promoting academic excellence and environmental consciousness. Edify, the organization's more established efforts in this regard, was launched in 2008 as a series of enrichment classes for grade 3 public school students having difficulty in mathematics, science, and English. Medical missions and outreach programs in nearby communities in UP were also conducted. These projects became a springboard for future undertakings to educate and uplift the less privileged in nearby communities. That is, until the organization agreed to establish an umbrella project for all its service endeavors in 2012. Since alchemists are based in different parts of the Philippines, they saw this as an opportunity to give back to their own communities using Chirop as their medium. This became a catalyst to broaden the project's reach and establish Chirop as a nationwide event.
Cheer Up Pinoy, launched as a nationwide service event that aimed for lasting change through education and environmental awareness. From what began in core communities as providing alternative learning opportunities for their students, talks to encourage them to pursue tertiary education, and seminars and workshops for the members of their community to instill the importance of waste segregation and recycling. The project has been able to reach out to a total of 11 communities in just 3 years, bringing significant, lasting change and thereby making a difference in their lives. Cheer Up Pinoy aspires to establish significant and sustainable solutions to major problems related to education, health, livelihood, and entrepreneurship faced by the chosen communities. Livelihood projects, awareness drives, donations from partner institutions, and health checkups are carefully planned for each community. Since its inception, Cheer Up Pinoy has always been centered towards providing help to communities in need and valuing knowledge and education. Edify. Edify encourages education by promoting an alternative and fun learning experience as a tool in teaching students. This aims to redefine education through the incorporation of informal activities. In Edify Luzon, the ideas of recycling and material management were highlighted through activities centered around the repurposing of already existing materials. Grades 3 and 4 students from Callao Elementary School were given the opportunity to stimulate their imagination by repurposing PET bottles as well as magazines and newspapers. This became an avenue to teach the kids environmental awareness through recycling. In Edify Visayas, elementary school children's interest in science was kindled. UPL teams showed 4 live experiments. Following this, an episode of Sinescuela was shown to further solidify the audience's interest in science. Edify Mindanao focused on kindling the children's love of science. 4 experiments were also employed. A quiz show was then orchestrated to test the knowledge that the participants gained from the experiments. By performing such diverse science activities, UPL teams was able to prove to the kids that there is fun in learning. Finally, Edify NCR was comprised of 9 monthly visits. The Educational Research and Development Assistance, or ERDA, and the Philippine Toy Library were the target beneficiaries for the first and second semesters respectively. In each monthly visit, a module was prepared with 1 main topic and 3 subtopics ranging from practical applications such as hygiene and basic finance to character building values like honesty and having good manners. These topics and subtopics were reinforced with multiple fun and different activities. Through this monthly visitation system, the impact we had on the beneficiaries was larger and more fleshed out than through a single or yearly visitation only. Following the end of all the Edify programs, school supplies and kits were handed out to the participants.
Education focuses on youth empowerment and consideration of sciences and engineering by promoting tertiary education among high school students. Education is reiterated as a key improvement quality of life by integrating informational and inspirational talks and seminars from people students may relate to. For Education Luzon, in order to foster in the students the desire to pursue higher education, a talk by Ma'am Rochelle, a teacher from Tuguegarao Science High School, on possible future job prospects, as well as the different careers that the students may pursue to improve their quality of life. Afterwards, a short video on Back at UP was shown to further drive home the importance of tertiary education. For Education Visayas, an AVP was shown about the different colleges and the importance of tertiary education. A talk was then given, which focused on the different nearby universities, as well as the different courses and career paths. Following this, a second talk on the scholarships that the participants could avail of was presented. For Education Mindanao, 2 talks were given by Dr. Maricel Langahi. The first centered around what career path to choose as a graduating senior high school student, with attention being brought to the various available universities as well as the benefits of going to college in general. The second talk focused on life in college, the experiences one may have in college, and how one can prepare for it. Finally, for Education NCR, the event began by first discussing the advantages of enrolling in the University of the Philippines, as well as the various available courses one could take. Following this, the participants were divided into groups in order to explore the different booths in the activity, which had the nationwide scholarship opportunities and the different colleges and the universities' application process and their degree programs.
Cheer Up Community Project combats major community problems such as electricity, water supply, and livelihood. Citizens of underprivileged communities are educated by providing relevant seminars catered to the community's special needs. In Luzon, a seminar was given about fire prevention. The extremely high temperatures in Tuguegarao makes Barangay Callao very prone to fire. Antonio C. Dublao, a fire marshal of the region, informed the residents of the types of fires and their causes. The residents also learned how to handle a fire extinguisher in case of an emergency. At the end of the seminar, LED lamps were given to the attendees to help alleviate the problem of scarce light sources during nighttime. In Visayas, the residents of the barangay were given a prototype with instructions for a homemade washing machine from reusable parts. Through this, they are now able to construct their own washing machine instead of purchasing one. In Mindanao, members of Barangay Matina Crossing were invited to attend livelihood lectures and workshops. Speakers from the Alternative Learning System, or ALS, Davao City Division, taught the attendees how to make their own handicrafts, such as beadworks and crochets. Afterwards, they were taught business applications and strategies to help market their products. Another community project, Strategize, was done in the same barangay. In this sub-event, teachers of DRA LHS were taught different teaching styles and techniques. Finally, in NCR, livelihood projects were done in Barangay Silangan with a focus on housewives. The housewives were taught how to make plastic gift bottles, weave baskets, and design PET bottle wallets, all using recyclable materials. These handicrafts can then be sold to help their family earn extra income. Furthermore, monthly donations of recyclable materials from UPLTs are given to them to help them find the starting materials for their products.
Ensuring the success of Cheer Up Pinoy 2015 was no minor undertaking. As mere students, finding the necessary funds for the events of the project was difficult. In order for all the planned events to be implemented, we organizers had to find ways to acquire the resources. Partners were sought after to help with the execution, thereby decreasing the funds required for the event. Some of these partners include the Philippine Toy Library and the Erna Foundation. Other actions were also done to alleviate the financial burdens of the event, such as marketing for airlines for airfare discounts. Finding the necessary manpower was another obstacle that had to be overcome. Seeing as how the project relied heavily on the numbers of volunteers, steps were taken to increase member involvement. In order to cater to the various communities around the Philippines, teams were created from the organization's members based on the proximity and the accessibility of the chosen communities from their hometowns. Other incentives to visit the faraway communities were also provided, such as highlighting possible tourist spots near the communities. As an NCR-based organization, we also had difficulties in maintaining the sustainability of the event for the far-off communities in Visayas and Mindanao. In order to continually cater to these areas, we had to double our efforts. We did not want to make the project a one-time, big-time event for these regions. One way this was done was through sharing with the Mindanao community effective teaching techniques that the teachers can use. Do-it-yourself prototypes for useful applications were also taught to the Visayas community. Through these initiatives, the communities were able to benefit even after we left.
This year, Cheer Up Pinoy aims for sustainable development through projects tailor-fit for our chosen communities. With this in mind, we will increase the frequency of our visits to our beneficiaries in NCR, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We will continue to push forth our mission of imparting simple ideas that translate solutions to bigger problems. For NCR, we will continue helping the community in Kainin 2, Quezon City. The event mainly focuses on sparking the interests of the kids in education. Each visitation will focus on a different theme or a lesson that is not being emphasized enough in schools. Plans for these themes include art, science, and hygiene. For Luzon, we will explore the northern part of the country. This year's beneficiary is Purok 12 Irisan, Baguio City. The primary thrust for this community will be disaster risk management for all forms of disasters. We will also incorporate dengue prevention talks and techniques since just recently the place had a dengue outbreak. For Visayas, we target on helping the local government unit of Tacloban City in cleaning their port. We will conduct a coastal cleanup with the use of bokashi balls, which are the fist-sized balls of a garden soil, molasses, rice hull, and the microorganism solution containing lactobacillus and other microorganisms that filter out the bad bacteria in dirty water. A seminar on how to create them will also be held for the residents for the project's sustainability. Lastly, for Mindanao, we will go back to the Bajau community we visited 2 years ago at Barangay Bawing, General Santos City. We will be exploring different ways to purify and clean the waters of the chosen beneficiary. We also partner with the student organization of education major students from the Mindanao State University to help the community increase their literacy.
Believing in the power of simple ideas, Sugar Pinoy challenges the Filipino people to better communities, not just by giving, but by teaching.
Focusing on creating and applying sustainable solutions, we accept this challenge of providing service in improving the quality of life of every Filipino.
Grounded in our core values, this pursuit for excellence is what drives every activist to provide wholehearted service with steadfast professionalism and genuine humility in the midst of striving for academic distinction.
This is how UP Outings continues to make a difference and break free.
Thank you so much, UP Outings. So bago tayo tumuloy, we'd like to take a few moments para sa mga kasama natin sa pananampalataya na hindi na kinakaya ang mundo. So, okay lang ba tayo muna tayo? Come on! Konting shake naman guys. Let's go.
Come on.
Come on! Yeah. Posture yung pala ninyo. Sige, pwede tayo. Sige. 5 seconds to shake whatever part of your body you want to shake.
Shake. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay.
Tapos, say hi to the people on your right. And then the people on your left. Sa likod. Say hi. Get your seatmate number. And the people in front of you.
That means come to Jella. Hi. Yeah.
Shake pa. Kulang pa eh. Go.
Alright, kita lang ito guys.
Okay ba? Uy, kayo yung mga dito mo ito.
Go. And lastly, can we give a warm round of applause for everybody para mag-ingay naman? There we go. Yeah. Okay.
Gabi na lang mga best. Okay. Pwede na tayo umuko. Maraming salamat so much. So, ngayong araw na ito, marami na tayo nagsamahan. Huwag muna kayong bibitiw. Kapit lang.
Structured guidance.
Okay. So, are we ready to move on to our next presentation?
Yeah. Are we ready? Alright, thank you very much for responding. So for our next organization who will be presenting their initiative, let's call on the UP Circle of Entrepreneurs for their initiative entitled Pag-asa. So the UP Circle of Entrepreneurs or UPCE, is the premier entrepreneurial organization in the University of the Philippines since 1991. And to elaborate further, their initiative entitled Pag-asa, let us welcome Ms. Isabel A. Sahagu and Ms. Beatrice Yula Acta. Let's give them a warm round of applause, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sahagun, President of UP's Circle of Entrepreneurs. And I'm here to present about our project, Pag-asa. So, now in its 26th year, UPC is the premier entrepreneurial organization in UP Diliman. And right now, we are continuously striving to provide an environment conducive to the development and enhancement of entrepreneurial skills and spirit of the Filipino community. So, to answer this goal, we created pagtutulungan at pagsasamahan para sa sambayanan, or also known as Pag-asa. So, Pag-asa is one of the social arms of UPC, and it aims to provide sustainable livelihood programs for underprivileged communities, and also to educate them on how to start their own businesses and also to manage it. So it is also an answer for our objective. Okay, so since its inception in 2006, so Pag-asa is already in its 10th year, and there were 20 teams already who handled the project, one for each semester. Then, in the span of 10 years, we were able to help more than 20 beneficiaries. Okay, so in choosing our beneficiary, we don't only look at their monetary capabilities. So what the Pag-asa team does is, we also check all the needs of the community and see also if their community or the minority group lacks the possibilities of being employed. So aside from different communities